The Summer Crush Hydrangea, and we love them. It is a nice color to it. This one's got some really good roots, and she got one of these a couple weeks ago, and we just had to get a few more to go all the way down the border. They are very beautiful. It's a shade to full sun to partial shade. Now, when I think about hydrangeas, first thing I'm thinking is, you better put that in the shade. But this is a new day in time, and these pots. We have the dragon wing begonias. I wasn't really a begonia fan, but now, until now, look at those glossy leaves and the blooms. She's turning the hydrangea so that you can see the blooms from the street. We got some good soil around it. And look at these pots with the silver falls and glossy leaves, the trailing vincas. Now this pot is ready to go, but I think she plans on filling it in with something else. But that begonia gives you the height and color and fluff at the same time. We have some granite stones spaced out, and I have the hole dug out nice and big to fill in with some good soil. We are ready to go today, and I'm excited about this because the weather's nice, it's not too hot, and we've been getting our stuff planted before it gets too hot. That's the main thing. Got that water hose on standby, and we're ready to go. Look at this. We're gonna get up close and personal. Look at that hydrangea. The color is just, man, it looks like candy or something. I don't know. How do you describe that? It's beautiful. That's all I can say. Then we have our pots here. Would have been nice to alternate pot hydrangea all the way, but this is what we have. We got the silver falls here. These pots are about knee high. And the dragon wing begonia with that glossy leaf. Now our other dragon wing begonias in the backyard, they have a backside to these leaves that just shows red. Look at that. It's got a red back to these leaves, and these are doing good too. Um, I got to do some research on them to see what's what, or is there something that causes them to get red like that? Look at the blooms. The blooms are on pedestals, and the leaves are glossy, beautiful. These are the Thailand giant elephant ears. We did a short on these, but the dragon wing begonias got cut out of the picture, and I didn't give you a chance to really look at them. I like the shorts because a lot of people like to look at shorts and they get to see what they want to see in a short period of time. But we're getting our stuff in before it gets hot, and when the temperatures get up, all we're going to be doing is watering and a little routine maintenance, like pulling a few weeds and keeping it moving. So this is the Thailand giant. It's we have also on this end over here we have some garden phlox. So the plant haul we've added to the plant haul is on standby. We're going to be using. It was kind of like a short. I really didn't get into detail about the plants. So the addition to the plant haul is these California Calacasias, and the Calacasia. The way to tell a Calacasia from a Colocasia is the leaves point upward. Now you do have what they call upright elephant ears. These are upright elephant ears, And they're called the California Calocasia. And we also added some geraniums. Now, one of the things that I always do when I talk about geranium care is show you how to deadhead. Just follow this back down to the growth point and snap it off. These are so easy to care for. And you can see here where you have the pods that haven't opened up. These are blooms that haven't opened. And over here, we have more that haven't opened. So this is going to be a nice full plant. Let me give you a better example on the pink one. These are all full sun plants. And you can see how those flower pods are hanging down. I did a short little plant haul video and also a short just showing you them briefly, but I didn't really get into detail on the care of them. Now look at the flower pods. See that right there? See, those will open up and look like this. They look nice with that pink around the border of the petals and that splashy white down in the middle. These are the zonal geraniums. They have a margin around the leaf. You can barely see it in the camera. Hold on. Give you an example right here. See how this leaf has a margin around it? Once these are watered properly, that margin will come out and be more definite. These are, you water them twice a week, more often when it's dry. The average height is 18 inches, 16 inches wide, and you want to space them 12 to 16 inches. That's when you space them like that, that's where they're just gonna start touching, and you can get you a nice full drift of geraniums through your bed. Now these alocasias are beautiful. They have a nice glossy leaf, and if you go in close, you can see the detail. See those lines? Well, you already see the veins, but there's lines between the veins also. And then this pot has like 4 plants in the bottom of it, but I'm just going to keep those together and put them on the other end of the fire pit to to get it more balanced. See, here we have 2 Thailand giants, one there and one in the middle. Now if it was up to me, I would put, well, once they get more established, we'll probably move both of them to the outside corner and put the California elephant ear in the middle. Now this is our upright elephant ear that we have on the corner here, but it's so much smaller than the other 2. We went ahead with the other one, which is taller. And there's a story behind this one. This elephant ear here was accidentally pulled up out of this bed here. We were pulling weeds and I accidentally pulled it up. So I transplanted it to this bed over here, and it just got so big it was taken away from the bed because the black elephant ears, the diamond head, well, they aren't quite big enough yet, but you can tell how shiny they are. They need to be watered. And we had them planted right here, and they were hiding the pot and everything else. So we decided to take them out, and put them over on this bed around the hold on a minute, this is getting confusing. All right, I accidentally pulled it up out of this bed and planted it here. It got too big because it was blocking out everything else, because we wanted the diamond heads to be the star of the, well, we wanted those to tower over the pot. Anyway, long story short, we are going to be transplanting them back. We are going to be transplanting them back to the original spot where we accidentally pulled them up. And also, these geraniums here, the geraniums that we have added to our plant haul, we're going to be putting on the other side over there to balance things out. So we have the geraniums here, and as you go around the fire pit, oh, forgot to mention that we have a new leaf coming out right here. See that? It's rolled up, and then it'll just flap open like this one. Anyway, we're going to be putting the geraniums over on the other end over here, so that we have a nice cluster of red geraniums in this area here. I got the mulch pulled back, and once that's in place, I'll show you what it looks like. Now the vincas are good for the sun. They're very drought tolerant, and they can without water. They're very forgiving plants. I'm not saying don't water them at all, but you'll know when the leaves start to curl, like on these here. The leaves will start to curl like that. Will start to curl down like that, but you want to water them before that point. And the soil can dry out between watering. Shoot, they get big, showy blooms, and you can plant them in full sun, which is 6 or more hours of sunlight, and they grow from 12 to 18 inches tall, and you can plant them 12 inches apart. That's when they start touching on their drift. And we also have a Boston fern here. This will do really well in part sun to shade. And our California Alocasia. That California Alocasia is just like any other Calicasia. I guess it was grown in California, and I don't know if the leaves are gonna stay small or what, but it's starting to get a little height to it. And the tag on this one says you fertilize it, fertilization spring and summer, and you want to keep it moist for the first year. Water twice a week, depending on if you get some really really hot days. You want to water more than that. You don't want it soggy. You just want to keep it moist. And they are 3 to 6 hours of morning sun, and the tag says part sun, but I've seen these in full sun. So we'll just have to see how they do. Um, hey, it's a beautiful plant, and if I have trouble with it being in the sun too long, we can always move it. But it has the height that we need to balance out the fire pit. Okay, so that's what we have on our plant haul. We have this California Alocasia. It was tall. It's almost out of the screen. Got the California Alocasia here, the fern, and the vincas. The pink geranium, and the white vincas. They will be going to another location. We're gonna put these pink ones out front. Yeah, the pink ones will be going out front, and we're gonna put the the red geraniums on the side of the fire pit. Janice just finished cleaning them up, and they are ready to be planted. See, as we look over here, you can see the other ones on the opposite side. We're going to do the same thing on this side to balance them out and give it some color over there. So she's prepping these and getting them ready. And we're debating on pulling this out. This bloom, it has a few spent blooms in it. She's just going to let that go ahead and do what it's going to do. Guess I'll start digging the hole, get that situated, put in some good garden soil, and then we'll take a look at it. Okay, we got the mulch pulled back, and we're going to move this coleus and put it together with this one over here. So it'll be one big coleus to give room for the geraniums. Okay, we got the hole ready to go. And by moving this coleus, it will give us room for the geraniums, and also it'll just be a bigger coleus on the other side. Okay, my mulch is out of the way so that I'm not getting soil on top of it. Pop that out. And once it starts growing, this is going to be nice. Okay, got everything situated. Got the soil in place, and the mulch is away from it. Okay, and we're going to start on this this hole here for the 3 geraniums. Pulling this mulch back so that when we start digging, we don't get mulch on top of soil. And I'm going to make the holes a little deeper than they're supposed to be so I can put some good soil in. Okay. As you can see, the soil is kind of sandy, but sand is good, and it'll be drainable. And now we're going to put some good soil in so we have nutrients. And I forgot to mention, in this empty space right here on the pot, she's going to add another vinca so that it's full all the way around. She's going to sit it there so you can see how it looks, which I'm sure it's going to look good. And that vinca will just fill that spot in, and the trailing vincas will continue to trail, and the pure white vinca will just spread like that, and you'll have a nice full pot with the silver falls on this end and trailing vincas on the other side. So we're going to add some fertilizer to this and water it today, and that's going to be ready to go. Got a nice hole dug out, trench style. That way I can decide how close to put them. Putting in some good garden soil, and we can adjust them how close we want them together. And that soil is going to make them really beautiful. And I don't mind using my hands in the soil, but today I'm going to throw on some gloves and get it done. Got this trench style hole so that we can adjust them how close we want or how far apart. And the soil is going to be under and around the geraniums, and it's going to look beautiful. All right, got them in and getting this soil crushed down. It's a little sand in here. Sand is good, so it's nice and drainable. And we got some good garden soil in there for the nutrients. And now I'm going to drop some shake and feed. That will get the blooms going, get the foliage greener, and get the roots strong. So we're going to put that in and get everything smoothed out. Loving it. We got this balance going on. The red is popping. So we're going to smooth everything out, and I want to make sure that the soil is not piled up against the stems of the plant or on the leaves. I want to leave some airflow under there, and we don't want the leaves touching the soil because that will cause rot. Going to get this mulch down, and when we water, it'll hold the mulch. It'll hold that water long enough so that the geraniums can get what they need. I love what I'm seeing, and wow, I'm glad to get these in before it gets hot, so that while it's really hot during the summer, we'll just be watering and enjoying the plants. Everything out here is full sun. We got some good color combinations without it being too busy. I'm glad that we're able to get this in the ground before it got hot. We got a nice start on this year, and just a matter of keeping it watered, and we're gonna have a ball. This is right on time because we got some family stuff going on, and we'll be able to invite some friends over and have a garden party. The final task: to get the California Alocasia on the corner of the fire pit. Now these were real tiny when we accidentally pulled them up, and they're just going right back where they started. Over here, this hole's already dug and ready to go. Okay, I'm just gonna sit them here to the side. I put some fertilizer in there. All right, I already got the soil in. Good soil here. It's drainable, it's rich, and I'm gonna put in some shake and feed. Someone asked me about moving the elephant ears, and in the comments I said move them before they open up. You can transplant elephant ears. I prefer to move them when it's shady or early in the morning when it's cool outside and the soil is not real hot. And also, I don't like to expose the roots to the air for too long. Now, if you're in a situation where you have to move them on a hot day, I would put water in the hole and then transplant them. And when I put the soil up to the elephant ear, we'll try to keep it on the lighter part of the trunk, the lighter color, and they're ready to go. I'm going to water these and then move on to my next thing. That's fine. Yeah, we turned this thing to figure out which way was the best side, but as it starts growing, all the sides are going to look fantastic. Got a little damage on one of the leaves, but it's an outer leaf that won't be there long. But overall, this is a beautiful plant, and I even like the pot it came in up. I think I'm going to keep the pot. Okay, so I have it where it's going to be and turned the way that it's going to be turned, and it's ready to be planted. Okay, we're going to slip it out of the pot. Slip it out. Hopefully it should just slide right out. Okay. Roots look good. Look at that. Roots look good. And I'm going to put it down in. But first, some good soil at the bottom. And all the way around. Okay. Have the good soil, and some of the native soil is mixed in with it. It's kind of sandy, but it will be good for drainage. And not so drainable that it will dry out quick, but there's enough soil where it will hold that moisture long enough so that it can get what it needs. And I'll use this other soil to build up the side, and planting this without bringing the soil too high. Okay, got the soil down, and now the mulch. That. Okay, starting to look like it's been there the whole time. Now, when I have good mulch down, I love to pull it back first before I plant, because we get a nice, neat finish. Okay, so I didn't water that last elephant ear that I put in, so I'm just going to go through and water everything. And thanks for watching. That's our upright elephant ear on the corner here, and the two Thailand giants. We're going to be doing updates, and I hope this was helpful to you. Let me know what you're doing. Leave a comment down below. Thanks for watching. Also, don't forget to hit the notification bell. It lets you know when our videos are being posted. We're going to be having updates on these elephant ears also. They're going to be getting big. I like what I'm seeing here, and I like the way it turned out. If you have any other suggestions or ideas, I'm open for suggestions. Check out some of my other videos, and we have shorts, and make sure you check out the community page. Thanks for watching. I know I've been posting kind of sporadic, but I'm working on that. I'm leaning more toward Wednesdays and Saturdays. We'll just see how that goes.